As Patty Paratelli pulls into Glory Baptist Church, she knows the visit isn't going to be easy. This is the church where she and her husband, Fred, shared so many memories together.
Hi, baby.
But now, this is the place
Get ready to have your birthday.
where his gravestone sits.
I miss you.
It's been 2 years since her life changed forever. The date was April 25th, 2012.
I know there's nothing I could have done to change that day.
Fred Paratelli was driving a pickup truck loaded with furniture down Route 29 in Amherst County, something he had done many times before. But this time, several pieces of furniture flew out of the bed, landing in the middle of the highway. Patty says that's when Fred pulled over and began removing the items from the road. Not long after, Dan Wilson, a Virginia State Trooper, spots Fred.
I pulled my car into the right-hand lane of the straight roadway and got out and began to help this guy who'd lost his load.
Wilson used his patrol car to block off a lane while the two picked up the furniture. Minutes later, Dan says he heard the sound of car tires squealing.
I could see the car. It was sideways. It was obviously too fast for me to get away, and I knew I was going to get hit.
Wilson said he ran towards Fred, trying to pull him out of the way.
I reached out with my left hand, and my left hand just got to his elbow, and I can remember the look on his face. It was as if, why are you touching me? He had no clue what was about to hit him.
Both of the men were hit.
I knew I was going to die, but I handed my ring to Trooper Barr and told him to tell my wife I'm sorry that I wasn't going to make it home.
Trooper Wilson survived the crash, but not without injuries. Fred didn't make it.
I fell to my knees because I couldn't believe this had happened. And I don't remember anything else other than calling my boys and telling them they had to come home.
Investigators believe the man who slammed into Trooper Wilson and Fred was texting while driving. He was initially charged with involuntary manslaughter, but ended up pleading guilty to reckless driving.
I don't understand how a cell phone or anything could be more important than somebody's life.
I'd love to tell them to look at what happened to us. Look at what could happen to you for one little thing, one little smiley face.
In the 2 years since the crash, texting while driving has been outlawed in Virginia. But AAA Mid-Atlantic tells us it's still a big problem. And many of the people doing it are those who have just learned to drive, teenagers.
Yes.
Chesterfield mom Nikki DeVoe has a 17-year-old son and has agreed to let us install a hidden camera in her teen's car.
You kind of expect that they may be texting and driving.
The camera was rolling as her son DeAndre drove to and from school, then again when he drove to work. In the footage, you can see DeAndre keeps his eyes on the road the majority of the time. But our camera does capture him looking down several times while the car is moving, and it appears that he is on his phone. What's your reaction to hearing that we had a hidden camera in your car yesterday? The 17-year-old admits he does sometimes text while he's driving, even though it's against the law.
Technology is just really built into our generation. So, I mean, we're always on our phone, on Instagram, on Twitter and everything.
After talking to DeAndre, we watched the hidden video with his mom.
Looked like he looked down there a minute.
She also admits her son does play with his music and occasionally texts in the car. But after reviewing the video and hearing Patty's heart-wrenching story, both mother and son agree there will be no more texting behind the wheel.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Just don't be distracted while you're driving.
Back at Glory Baptist Church, Patty says if she could prevent even one person from ever texting while driving, prevent one person from having to go through the pain that she still feels every day, then she'll have done her job.
Nothing is more precious in this world than life.